Welcome. My name is Tracey Stevens, and this is the Healing Point podcast. So thank you so much for being here. It's so great that people volunteer to have these conversations and we put them out there and they help so many. So I really appreciate you being here. But I'm going to hand over to you and ask you what it is that you'd like to explore with me today.
Yes, thank you so much for having this chat. So I am dealing with an hormonal problem. It's been since childhood, really. So later down the years, I've been diagnosed with PCOS, but it was always inconclusive. So blood tests, scanners, everything was inconclusive, but based on my symptoms that are hirsutism and hair loss. You know, the doctors, they said, okay, it's PCOS, but I have the feeling with the experience, also with the years, it's like sometimes they put people or women with, they say it's PCOS when, you know, there is so many different hormonal issues. So it's a label, it doesn't say much. Then I had IBS. It was when I was studying and I was stressed a lot. It was very an issue for me, but with the years, I learned to eat, better, if there is a better way, but maybe less fat or what is good for me. And also I realized it was stressed. So when there is something that happens, I contract.
Yeah.
And now I really realize I can feel it in my body. It was, months in the making. So now I feel it instantaneously in my body. And also when I feel there is a lot of worrying, I know like it's linked. So the IBS has been progressively lessening through the years. So it's amazing. But since a few years and maybe months, I've been dealing with the hair loss from the hormonal part very intensely. And I had by waves, it was by waves. And the second thing that is really hard for me right now is that since few months I have eyes issues.
Okay.
It's called meibomian gland dysfunction. It's the gland from the eyes that are blocked, and so I don't receive enough lipids, fat to protect the eyes. So I have so it's dry eyes basically. It's very dry eyes, and it creates a lot of redness in my eyes. I can't wear my lenses that I was used to, and so these two things that are very appearance based, it's a source of suffering. I must say. So it's where I I think it's all linked, but also I think maybe things progressed, where maybe the PCOS is more, I don't know if it's genetic, but from a like very longer past. And then you have things adding. And when I discovered you, I realized that there are messages in all of this, but I quite don't see the patterns because they are unconscious maybe. So yeah.
Well, it sounds to me like you've opened a window there anyway by looking at this work and delving deeper inside, and how amazing it is, first of all, as well, that you were able to recognize the link between your IBS and your stress and learn to manage that in a way that you were able to link it to what you were thinking and what you were worrying about. The PCOS sounds like it's a deeper imbalance, and really some of the other things are maybe highlighting and pointing towards whatever is going on at a deeper rooted space.
Yeah.
So first of all, before we dive into what's happening with you, I just wanted, first of all, just to mention that this didn't start with you. So this is generations
Mm.
back. And I was first going to ask you if that resonated with you. Is there any PCOS or hormone issues in the family that go back?
N- not not that I know of.
Okay. So it feels like you're the new person with in the in the whole generational line
Yes.
that's had this, right? Okay. And if we just start then around what's happening for you in your mind as you're seeing these issues arrive, the current ones that are really affecting the way you think about yourself. So, your hair and your eyes. I wonder what the thoughts are that are coming up for you.
Yeah, the thoughts are it's unfair and also a will to disappear, like to not be seen, to hide. We are in a appearance-based society, and even if I would love not to be as attached as I am, it's still very hard to, to be in this kind of society. And I feel like, yes, it's like the thoughts of wanting to not be seen.
Yeah, and those thoughts of wanting to hide away and be more invisible, are those thoughts familiar to you from earlier on in your life, would you say?
Yeah, I think the word invisible, I resonate with it. Yeah, actually. Yeah. At times in my life I felt overwhelmed a lot
Yeah.
and wanting to shut down. Yeah, I think it resonates.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, let's just make that link
Yeah.
between the way that you're feeling now as you observe your physical body and your physical self and what was going through your mind many years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I am kind of blown away because I've never I never made the link because the wanting to disappear was it has nothing to do with physical appearance. So it was more life is hard, too many choices, and I wanted to retreat from the choices and yeah, like day to day living, like making choice and all of these things.
Yes. And when you're talking about that from the past, are you thinking about a particular time of your life?
I think it's a recurring thing. So I can remember high school and after also, yeah, like during the studies. But yeah, I feel like it can apply to kind of many me into the past.
Yeah. Appearance based worth, if that resonates with you, your value is measured on your appearance. It has its tentacles running through our culture, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And there may be many, many parts of your childhood that you may be able to draw out and recognize that that's there.
yeah, yeah. I was a very intellectual child, and then I think I really it's what I emphasized in my life, like studies, etc. Down the line. Yeah, the appearance really, I never put a lot of weight on it. Like I know some of my other girl friends when I was younger, like they love to dress up and things. I was always the one with a book. Still, I can remember being a little child and people like maybe family or other circles, at school, like adults seeing me as like a cute, the cute one, like a lot of children, I guess. Yeah.
I'm just pointing out here, really, just how the programming and the patterns started. And it began there. She looks lovely sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't she cute? And then that's your values becomes and your personality becomes attached to this. People love me and like me best when I am taking this role. I'm looking like this, and even this in even the part about you being academic and studious, it's reinforced.
Yeah,
So more and more of these ideas become reinforced in the way that you move in the world, in the way that you work in the world.
yeah,
And you hold on to those ideas because you begin to think, oh, that's my personality.
mm,
This is who I am. I am academic. I am studious. I love books. And there's nothing essentially wrong with that, apart from it becomes quite fixed.
yeah, yeah. The academic and also like career one identity, I mean, I was shown because I did a burnout 5 years ago. And so
Okay.
I lost the career, I lost the identity of all the identities that were maybe linked in the career. But yeah, I'm just realizing right now that I was still attached to maybe a more appearance based one. I mean, I kind of knew it because of how I'm reacting to having it was such a challenge for me to have to wear glasses again, and yes, the whole hair loss. I kind of realized I was attached to it, but not maybe as big as I thought. Yeah.
Well, yes, and so this is almost a bit like an undoing of your identity.
Yeah.
I just want to bring your attention towards how much time your thoughts spend on how I wish this wasn't happening. And
It's
if only this happened, then
yeah, it's a lot.
yeah. And both those things, I wish this wasn't here. And when I do this or that and it starts to get better, then I'll do this, are both one's in the past and one's in the future.
Mm.
And so that just takes away from who you are right now. And just as we're talking about this, so, just what's happening in your body right now.
I am very emotional since we
Yeah.
began speaking, but just right now I had a bit of relief. This idea of letting go of who I was, maybe prettier,
Mm.
with more hair, no glasses, and also all of those thoughts in the future of when when I when my hair grows back, when I have no longer glasses. I don't know if I will have to wear them until the rest of my life, but it's true that I had a lot of hopeful thinking, and yeah, it brings relief to just be here and dealing, not dealing, I think it's a heavy word, but like being present. And it's true that, for example, right now, it doesn't really matter to me how I present myself to you. It's deeper.
Yeah.
It's deeper than, um, yeah, how I can show myself or present myself to you.
Yeah. Yes, you've got it.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly that.
yeah. The problem are other people.
Yes,
I think there is a fear of judgment for sure.
absolutely. And as that fear of being judged comes up, just notice that you're judging yourself.
Mm.
And the harshest judge is always our mind.
Yeah.
I just want to invite you just for a moment, just to maybe just shut your eyes and just bring some attention inwards and just take a breath and just notice that you're the one observing your body right now. The body can be observed, and the thoughts can be observed. And maybe you can be aware of anything that you can hear in the distance or around you, or the chair that you're sitting on, or your feet. And that's all present right now. And the truth of you, the heart of you, is the one that's observing all of that. And what do you notice in your physical body as you sit here right now?
Peace, actually. It's quiet and there is no worry and no fear.
There's something so lovely about sitting in this space.
Yeah, it's almost as if everything disappear
Ah,
and it doesn't matter, like nothing matters anymore.
exactly. And you might notice your mind coming in, trying to commentate on things or make a noise or, and just notice that you're noticing that. And those thoughts and those judgments that come up, they're not actually who you are because you're the awareness observing all of that happening.
Yeah, I had a weight at first and I had to cry. But then as I sunk into myself, and as you were sharing, like maybe there will be thoughts of judgment, and yes, and I just let everything, you know,
Right.
pass, and it's peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this place of peace is the point from which things change and things heal. If your, what should we call it, your guiding energy, your soul energy no longer needs to keep pointing this out to you, that saying, look, here's the judgment coming up again, which is very contracting. You don't need the physical reminders of your own self-judgment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And also, I'm not sure I am drawing a conclusion that that is not real, but I feel like maybe one of the message is to go inside, not to look outside.
Exactly.
Kind of all my symptoms are external based. Yeah, it. I don't know. Like it's what I'm having right now is this sort of like it's just a call to go deeper inside.
Anything to do with the senses, your eyes, your ears, anything that makes you want to shut off and shut down is a call really to go deeper inside.
It is speaking to me right now. Yeah.
I think it's probably just worth saying as well is that what happens with that mind chatter is it makes what's actually happening or this present moment, it makes it mean something. I'm going to be like this in the future, Or if only I was like that, how I was in the past. And it's like your mind is really battling against you staying here in the present moment. And it's a case of observing what this mind, these parts of you are going, no, no, we have to make a plan, or no, we have to do something about it. No, we need an activity. We need to go and see somebody. We need to change this. This might be there for the rest of my life. And it's using all these fear-based words. And I don't want to say to stop you, but it's using all these fear-based words to hold you in, keep you small, keep you inside rather than being out there more.
Yeah.
Because there's a part of you that is fearing
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
the next step, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's such a cycle because maybe there is a part of me that really want to go out or be more active that will bring maybe more joy, or and maybe it will open doors. I'm not speaking about healing, but maybe yes, maybe no. And then there is maybe this more fearful part that is like, no, 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 shut down, don't go out because look at you. And so it's it's like a down circle. Like it's like, okay, but if I don't go out, if I don't show myself, then it's like yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
shutting more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. And all those fear-based parts of you, and their amalgamation of a mixture of all the words that you've ever heard before, whether it's from the TV, whether it's from real people, it all mixes up in your mind. And that often stops us growing in the direction that our soul really wants us to grow, or our consciousness really wants us to move into.
Yeah, it really speaks to me. And I think there is still the fear of like, okay, but maybe things will happen, but it's where I can see it's only fear, and it's kind of not true. Like I don't know what will happen. It's just fears speaking. And if I put myself out there and follow my soul, I'm sure it will work out. I don't know, like it will unfold. And it's only the mind that is saying, like, people will reject you because of your look or whatever, but who knows?
Yeah, so it's not true. And we hold on to those beliefs sometimes, but it's not true because you know yourself you would never reject anybody because their hair looked a bit thinner than it did, before. It's
Yeah.
it's really putting that into a perspective of none of this body, none of it is actually who I am.
Yeah. It's even deeper than I thought. I What is coming is love, love myself, love of others, and like people will love me no matter the external.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it's such initiatic actually journey of dealing with these symptoms because it is showing me the truth, like the deeper. I don't know. I'm realizing it is showing me to let go of the appearance to really go deeper.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Well, only part of you believes it's scary because the other part actually wants to be there. Does that make sense? There's part of you that wants to just completely be peaceful when you go out and
Yeah,
just not have these thoughts of, is anyone looking at me? But there's a big part of you that wants to be peaceful. But there's also this big part of you that is fearful for you to move forward. And it's so much easier that if we stay safe. And if you listen carefully to that voice, you might hear voices of parents, voices of teachers, even voices of friends, because there's so much going on in the world that there's a lot of fear-based energy around.
Yeah.
It's always worth remembering that there's a choice to either engage in the fear that's coming up or to decline it.
Mm.
It's a bit like an invitation. Here we are. Here's a fearful thought. Observing that, but then saying, I don't want to go to that party. Thanks very much. I don't want to spend hours in that fear loop anymore, and bring yourself back to this present moment and just observing what is right now.
Yeah.
This process takes time, and sometimes you forget again and you get drawn into the fear.
Mm.
But when you think about that fear that comes up, it's like you said at the beginning, it's very contracting.
Yeah.
Just a reflection in your body. I mean, we don't know whether your diagnosis is right or, whatever it is.
Mm.
But whatever it is, it means that things aren't flowing in a natural way. And then we come to the eyes and the glands, which aren't flowing.
Yeah.
And then we come to the like blood supply in your hair, or maybe the way the nutrients are going around your body. There's something blocking the the true flow, and all of that will originate in the mind.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's not to say that it's wrong or bad or difficult. It's more that if we observe what's happening in our bodies in more of a neutral way, this is happening right now. If you were to take the present moment, this is happening. Oh, my eyes feel itchy right now. But you don't make it mean anything. And you don't add on all those thoughts that sort of say, well, this is where I'll go in the future. This is what I'll be in the future. We just look at it. You just have awareness. Oh, my eyes are itchy. My eyes want to close. I'll close them.
Yeah. It's all what is added.
So true. Yes. And that's all like a construction of the mind. It's all built on words and
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also realizing that whatever I'm called, because I'm also in transition right now, and I'm fearing, so it really resonates. Whatever is calling to me, and maybe this fear are coming of judgment of my hair and eyes and all of these things. I am realizing that in the now, like in the present moment, I will see, and I don't know, but now I am thinking maybe it won't even happen. The mind is projecting so much, and maybe it's not even maybe it won't even be true in the moment, like in the now.
no, it very often isn't the truth of something. It's how our mind interprets things and makes stories out of it. And energy will flow where on what we focus on.
Yeah.
So there's something there that we can take from this understanding that the more we focus on something, that the more we're inviting it into our lives.
Mm.
And life happens, and we can't avoid life happening. Things do happen, and sometimes illness happens, and it's part of our living, but it's also part of our teaching, an opportunity to grow and change.
Yeah, I can feel it a better now, like this invitation to go deeper and also to trust. It's part of the journey of like it is happening, like it is the glasses, the hair, it is happening. And so maybe it's leading somewhere and it's perfect.
And you don't necessarily know where it's leading to, and you don't need to, because all you need to do is just be aware of what's happening right now.
Yeah. And for the mind, it's seeing it negatively, like, oh yeah, you are losing your hair, you're like, but maybe it is not, like, maybe it is positive in a way. It's hard for me to say that, but maybe it can just be neutral. Maybe it's a deepening, as you were sharing about the growth. Sometimes illnesses are part of our growth, and I really feel like, yeah, like, what bigger growth there is to let go of the external and go inner. Like, it's such a,
Oh, I'm so glad you've just had that realization because it's really huge. It's been interesting for me because I've got a 1-year-old grandson. And so as I observe him, of course, there's no language when we're born. So he's not being told, or he's not making sense of what he's being told. He's just observing. And one moment he will cry, and then the next moment he will be happy because something's really delightful, and he'll find delight in this moment.
yeah, it's fully in the moment.
Yes, exactly. And that's who we are. It's only language that came in to create this programming and the voice and the noise in our head and but it's the way that we live, and it's an amazing thing, but also it sort of creates restriction, the mind and the language that we use and the
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having another realization right now that it's all a construction. Like, it's all constructed in a way. I'm being called to shed maybe deeper than 5 years ago. I shed a part of my identity, and now it's asking me to shed the another construct of, like, the construct of, even when we see the beauty constructs of, like, East and West and Europe or Africa, what it's like, so different. I'm always amazed, like, the differences. Letting go of the beauty constructs also, like,
it is. It's letting go of any of those concepts that we grow and develop, and and it's so ingrained in us. It takes, it can take a bit of a while, but you realize they're all judgments and they're all duality. This is better than that, or this is beautiful and that's not beautiful, or there's that, even that's a judgment.
yeah,
There's a freedom in understanding that you are actually not that,
yeah,
and you're so much more expansive because you're just pure energy or pure consciousness.
yeah. It is really freeing and liberating right now. Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
And also, I know that there is deeper issues than, me and my symptoms, and yeah, it's so minor and appearance based, but so linked to the identity and the constructs, as you said, that it's a it's a suffering anyway, because it's tied into the identity. And so I'm seeing the gift of the liberation of this, like, letting go.
Yes, the identity of you is is a construct. It is a concept, basically. Yeah. A baby doesn't hold that name or that personality or that identity.
Yeah,
And that's who we are essentially. And we're just as adults trying to find our way back to that peace and that place of, yeah, non-attachment to that identity and who we are.
yeah, of beingness.
Yes, the beingness, awareness, and yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. We've gone very deep very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for this conversation.
And thank you for helping me find this place inside. Yeah. And I hope it will help also others.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, you'll find a lot more content on my Instagram account at thehealingpoint._. If you have a question you'd like to explore and are willing to take part in the podcast, you'll find all the information you need on my website, which is www.tracystevens.org/podcast. Thanks and see you soon.